awaiting Moshiach. I'd like to continue the theme that we began last week, the connection between the holiday of Pesach and the coming of Moshiach. Last week, we brought it out from the beginning of the Seder, or from the beginning of the Maggid section of the Seder, where at the beginning of where we go through the section of the Haggadah that tells us the story of the Exodus from Egypt. And now I'd like to bring out an idea from the end of the Maggid section. And at the end, we read how every person should see themselves as if they left Egypt. And then we say a paragraph in which we actually cover the matzahs and we lift up the cup of wine. And we say, Lefichach anachnu chayavim, and therefore we are obligated. L'hodos, l'halel, l'shabeach, l'fa'er, l'remeim, v'ader, l'varech, l'aleu, l'kales. 7 forms of praise: to thank, praise, pay tribute, glorify, exalt, honor, bless, and acclaim. L'mi she'asa l'avoseinu v'lanu, to the one who did for our forefathers and for us, as kol hanisim ha'elu, all these miracles. Ha'itzianu me'abdus l'cheres, he brought us forth from slavery to freedom, miyagan l'simcha, from sorrow to joy, me'eva liyom tov, able from mourning to festivity, ume'afelu l'argadol, and from darkness to a great light, u'mishibud l'geula, and from shibud translates, shibud is very similar to the word avdus, but shibud was translated as servitude. Avdus was slavery to freedom, and this is going to be translated as servitude to redemption. Let us therefore recite a new song before him. And this leads us into the beginning of the Hallel recital. Now, it's very interesting that we have here 5 forms of redemption, 5 forms of redemption that Hashem did for us. And it would seem just from reading it that these were somehow or another five levels or 5 forms of redemption when we left Egypt. But the commentary of Ma'aseh Nisim that we mentioned last week actually says that each one of these 5 descriptions of redemption actually are talking about 5 redemptions, 5 periods of redemption that take place and will take place in Jewish history. We know that we have the exile of what's called Galus Mitzrayim, the exile of Egypt. And then after there is the Galus Bavel, the exile of Babylonia, destroyed the first Beis HaMikdash, the first temple. Then we have the Galus Paras Umadai, the Persia and Median control of us as a people. And that's when the Purim miracle took place. Then we have what's called Galus Yavan, the exile of Greece, of ancient Greece. We were redeemed from there with the story of Hanukkah, the miracle of Hanukkah. And then we have Galus Edom, the exile of ancient Rome. That was destruction of the second Beis HaMikdash. That is the Galus that we are still in and waiting to get out of that Galus with the coming of Moshiach. So the Ma'aseh Nisim says that actually we're referring to all of these in these different stages. Let's go through it. Ha'itzianu me'abdus l'cheres. He took us out from slavery to freedom. That is what happened for the Exodus of Egypt. We were slaves and then we became free. No more slavery. No more slaves. Miyagan l'simcha, from sorrow to joy, is referring to the exile of Babylonia. The Babylonians destroyed the first Beis HaMikdash, which we find in the book of Eicha, the book of Lamentations. The word yagon, sorrow, is used often. So miyagon l'simcha, from sorrow to joy, means when we left Babylonia and were able to go back to Eretz Yisrael to rebuild the second Beis HaMikdash. Now, ume'eva liyom tov refers to actually the Purim story, the redemption from Persia. The Persians conquered the Babylonians, and now we were in another stage of exile. And that we describe as going from mourning to festivity. In the book of Esther, it says the Jewish people were mourning. They declared a day of mourning for the decree to destroy them. They came out through the wicked Haman. And then, as we know, it became a holiday. So from mourning to festivity is referring to our redemption from the Persian kingdom, using the words that relate to the Purim story, the Purim miracle. Because even after the Purim miracle, it wasn't over yet. Umafela la'ar, and from darkness to great light. That clearly sounds like Hanukkah. The ancient Greeks, Syrian Greeks, wanted to take the Torah away from us. Torah is called Ora, it's called light. And they wanted to take that away from us. That meant they plunged us into darkness. But then there was the miracle of the menorah. And we came out from that darkness to a great light. We were able to be free from the Greeks and be able to return again to being able to have the Beis Hamikdash and being being free from the Greeks. But then again, we landed up falling in under the conquest of the ancient Romans that eventually destroyed the Beis Hamikdash. And as I said before, that is the exile we are in and waiting for Moshiach to take us out from. And that is what the last phrase refers to, umishibud legeula, from servitude to redemption. The Masa Nisim says the word shibud, which again relates to avdus, but to slavery, but shibud means something more definite, more trying to find the word, sorry, more definite. That a shibud is something that seems like this is where we are. We're stuck. We are definitely enslaved. We are definitely in servitude. And that's what it looks like for us. We've been in this exile for so many years. That's described as a shibud. It's described as something that is definite. Something that's just going to keep going on and on. That's what it looks like. However, we believe that we will go from a shibud to what seems like a permanent servitude, legula, to redemption. And all this is mentioned here, says the Masa Nisim, because the exodus from Egypt is the root for all other redemptions. As we said last week from the Masa Nisim, the guarantee for the coming of Moshiach is the fact that we were redeemed from Egypt and Hashem took us as his people. And because of that, there are situations of exile we go through, but but Hashem takes us out of all of them because of what happened when he took us out from Egypt. It's the guarantee that we will be redeemed. And it's the guarantee that we will experience the ultimate redemption with the coming of Moshiach. And therefore, it is here at this point, at the end of the Seder, when we see ourselves as if we have left Egypt and we're holding up a cup of wine, we declare we have to thank Hashem for all the redemptions that came about through the redemption from Egypt, because it's the root for all redemptions. And therefore, we thank Hashem for all these things, from going from slavery to freedom, sorrow to joy, mourning to festivity, darkness to a great light, and servitude to redemption. Now, what I find very interesting about this explanation is the fact that it makes sense that we can thank Hashem for the past redemptions. The exiles that we had, the redemption from them, they happened. We can thank Hashem for it. But the redemption, the final redemption, that's described in Shibud Legula, servitude to redemption, didn't happen yet. So how are we thanking him for that? This is the wording exists for he who did for our fathers and for us all these miracles, took us out from servitude, sorrow, mourning. Slavery, sorrow, mourning, darkness, servitude. He took us out from there. It didn't happen yet. It would seem that on the night of Pesach, when we are experiencing and celebrating our exodus from Egypt, that guarantee of all future redemptions, the ultimate redemption that comes out of the exodus from Egypt, is so strong. On that night, the feeling of that redemption is so strong on the night of Pesach, that we're already thanking him for it. We're thanking Hashem for the coming of Moshiach, and it didn't come yet. Because it's so strong by us. we feel so strong that this is going to happen. Because on the night of Pesach, we were taken out from Egypt. And because of that, we were taken out of other exiles. And because of that, we are guaranteed, and we know that we're going to come out. So much so that we're thanking him already for it. I think that's an unbelievable idea. So on the night of Pesach, we are going to believe in the coming of Moshiach. We're going to hope in the coming of Moshiach. And we're even going to thank Hashem for the coming of Moshiach that we are hoping for and sure that will come very, very soon in our days. Have a wonderful Shabbos. Thank you for listening. This has been a little bit of light.